I'm Debbie Young. A 6-hour manhunt ended successfully in Flagler County just before 7 o'clock last night. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies captured a man who had fled into the woods after crashing his vehicle for the second time. The first time he crashed into a sheriff's deputy's car. Brittany Kershaw is the public affairs officer for the Flagler County Sheriff's Office.
He ended up fleeing after he hit the deputy's car and ended up crashing his truck again, at which point he got out of the vehicle. He was on foot and just continued to run through the woods.
The man was a felon who'd just finished serving 96 months in state prison. He was finally captured in the area of Colbert Lane and Palm Coast Parkway. Kershaw said the deputies who found him warned the man they would use their tasers if he didn't stop. And at that point, he surrendered. The sheriff's office was aided in the search by police from Flagler Beach, Bunnell, and Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, as well as Flagler County's Fireflight, the emergency helicopter.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
State and federal officials recognize a local community's effort to handle flooding. Ben Smith reports.
Flagler County's beaches may be weakened, but floodplain management in Palm Coast is top-notch, says City Communications and Marketing Manager Cindy Lane.
It's in the top 13 in the nation, and we really are kind of in like the elite now in terms of what we're doing for floodplain management.
The designation comes from the National Flood Insurance Program's Community Rating System. Palm Coast's Class 4 rating means some property owners' flood insurance premiums are discounted 30%. Only Ocala has a better rating in Florida. Of course, the discount is nice, but
the number one thing is keeping people safe and keeping property protected from flooding.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Ben Smith.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office has been conducting crisis intervention team training for multiple agencies this week. Sheriff spokesperson Brittany Kershaw.
So that they can better respond to situations where someone might be mentally disabled or handicapped and better be able to handle those sort of situations.
Kershaw says.
So it's a training that we are kind of ahead of the curve on. Sheriff Staley is very adamant about getting the best training for his deputies, so this is part of that.
When Flagler County's 3 full-time judges gathered for a panel discussion this week, the focus seemed to be on easing the burden on one of the state's busiest judges. Mary Rose Hamilton has the story.
Judges Dennis Craig, R. Lee Smith, and Melissa Moore Stens were on hand Thursday at the Grand Haven Golf Course as part of the Flagler County Chamber of Commerce's latest Common Ground breakfast series. Craig and Smith are circuit court judges, with Craig presiding over felony, juvenile, and drug court dockets, and Smith handles Flagler's family court division. Moore Stens was elected in 2012. She is Flagler's lone county judge and has the highest workload of any county judge in Florida, and it was a point reiterated numerous times Thursday. Smith, Craig, and Moore Stens represent the 3 full-time judges that serve in Flagler. Scott DuPont works in the county part-time, covering civil cases. Moore Stens seemed to suggest replacing DuPont with a full-time judge dedicated to Flagler. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Mary Rose Hamilton.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Debbie Young.
Good morning, this is Brittany Kershaw with the Flagler County Sheriff's Office bringing you the Daily Sheriff's Report. 2 homes and 1 business were burglarized, including a local elementary school. Juveniles are seen on surveillance cameras entering the school, where they proceeded to tear down decorations, pour soda on the stairs, and relocate a vending machine. The school principal is determining how to proceed. A vehicle stolen out of Flagler County was recovered in Springfield, Missouri. The vehicle was in good condition and will be returned to the rightful owner. Coincidentally, a vehicle stolen out of North Carolina was recovered in Flagler County. 2 suspects were in the car and were arrested for grand theft auto. That's the Daily Sheriff's Report. Until next time.